Are you looking for open-world game recommendations? You are on the right channel. Because in this video I have prepared the 10 best open-world games of 2023 that you shouldn't miss. Let's get started.
Shiny ball out there is no good for your
Evil West. Evil West is an open-world third-person shooter game. This game's developed by Flying Wild Hog and published by Focus Entertainment. In the game, the player assumes control of Jesse Rentier, a vampire hunter. Jesse is equipped with powerful firearms including a 6-shot pistol, a rifle and a flamethrower, and melee weapons including a gauntlet that can accumulate electrical energy and an axe. Enemies can be stunned and staggered following a melee attack, allowing players to execute them using a special finisher move. Players will occasionally encounter boss characters, which are powerful enemies with unique attack patterns. The campaign can be played cooperatively with another player.
Oh, I'll be damned. That's a new way to spend taxpayers.
Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is an action role-playing survival horror video game featuring a zombie apocalyptic-themed open world. Set 22 years after Dying Light, it stars a new protagonist named Aiden Caldwell, who has various parkour skills. Players will be in a new city location where factions are constantly battling to retain control of the area. However, the developers give players more freedom as they can choose to go down various pathways, though they will all have their particular consequences. Just as before, this is an open-world game that will allow players to traverse freely. You'll have to battle the undead if you choose to leave beyond the city walls, but it seems that life inside the walls is not always safe either. Set 15 years after the events of the original title, Dying Light 2 will still retain the same hostile zombie creatures, though they will continue to be lethargic during the day and more aggressive at night. Meanwhile, our protagonists this time around will have more parkour combat at their disposal. Need for Speed Unbound. Need for Speed Unbound puts another twist on the genre by having you participate in the Grand. It's a 4-week street racing competition where only the skilled make it through. You'll start by racing your way into the competition and prove yourself on the streets by beating others and outpacing the cops that try to stop you. As you advance, you'll be able to upgrade your cars and customize them to suit your style. The game also has a killer soundtrack to ensure you're feeling the flow while you ride.
We're taking a beating here, dispatch!
Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is an action role-playing game played from a third-person perspective. The player controls Aloy, a hunter in a world populated by dangerous animalistic machines. In an open world, she explores the mysterious frontier known as the Forbidden West, a post-apocalyptic version of the western United States, specifically the states of California, Nevada, and Utah. In Horizon Forbidden West, players will once again assume the role of Aloy, who encounters a new outbreak of infection that is spreading across the land. In hopes of improving things, Aloy is forced to travel to the Pacific coast to find the source of the plague. However, along the way, he will encounter several new mechanical monsters along with other hostile factions. Death Stranding. Kojima's first game after leaving Konami, Death Stranding is set in a post-death reality where the concept of the afterlife has been blown open. Your goal as Sam Porter Bridges is to rebuild America by walking across the country and linking up cities, preppers, and way stations to the time internet. It makes next to no sense, but that's okay. Death Stranding is an indulgent mood piece first and an excellent hiking and delivery game second. Standing at the foot of a mountain, snow whipping at its peaks, fragile cargo stuck to every inch of your suit, you wonder how you'll ever get over it. But you power on, one step at a time, patiently placing ladders and climbing ropes, edging closer to your destination. Along the way, you might have to slip into Metal Gear mode and sneak past BTs, or deal with extreme weather such as disorientating blizzards. You might even get knocked out by terrorists and have your cargo stolen, forcing you to sneak into their camp and take it back. But after all that, you make it, and it feels incredible. Slime Rancher 2. Slime Rancher 2 is a first-person life simulation adventure video game developed and published by American indie studio Monami Park. Continue the adventures of Beatrix LeBeau as she journeys across the Slime Sea to Rainbow Island, a land brimming with ancient mysteries and bursting with wiggly, new slimes to wrangle in sequel to the smash hit Slime Rancher. The game revolves around feeding slimes the correct food so that they can produce plorts, which can be sold in exchange for Nubucks, a currency required to purchase upgrades for the ranch and its equipment. There are different kinds of slimes in the world, including some introduced for Slime Rancher 2. Slimes react and change based on what they are fed. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is an open-world action-adventure game. Players are tasked with exploring the Kingdom of Hyrule while controlling Link. Breath of the Wild encourages non-linear gameplay, which is illustrated by the game's lack of defined entrances or exits to areas, scant instruction given to the player, and encouragement to explore freely. As Link, players can perform actions such as running, climbing, swimming, and gliding with a paraglider, although Link is limited by his stamina. Players can obtain food and materials for elixirs from hunting animals, gathering wild fruit, or collecting parts of defeated enemies. In combat, players can lock onto targets for more precise attacks, while certain button combinations allow for advanced offensive and defensive moves. Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 is an action role-playing game played in a first-person perspective as V, a mercenary whose voice, face, hairstyles, body type and modifications, background, and clothing are customizable. Cyberpunk 2077 was a disappointment at launch, but after a lot of patches it's turned into an amazing open-world game. Seeing the game's skyline flickering with neon lights is dreamy. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Metal Gear Solid 5 earns its place on this list for two reasons. It's the first MGS game to make it to PC, and it's the only open-world MGS game. Many were skeptical of the genre shift ahead of its release, but Metal Gear Solid 5 was one of the most satisfying, immersive, and entertaining open-world games ever made. The open world adds so much to these stealth mechanics by expanding the game's scope. You can observe outposts from miles away and make a plan of attack, and the game gives you complete freedom to do things however you like, no matter how crazy. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. It's not just the scale of The Witcher 3's enormous open world that's so impressive, it's the richness of it. This is a landscape bursting with stories. Everywhere you go, you discover deep, captivating quests to distract you away from wherever you were originally traveling, encouraging wonderfully meandering journeys across its grim fantasy world. And all of it is elevated by the presence of starring hero Geralt himself, surely one of gaming's best ever traveling companions. His rough charms and heart of gold make him the perfect hero for the game's rugged landscape, and a character you'll be more than pleased to spend 100+ hours with. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you like it and find something new to play. Get more update about games by click subscribe, and your thumbs up mean a lot to me, so please guys, just like this video. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.